who is joining us on this episode. So, Natasha, tell our audience where you're located and just make an introduction.
So, my name is Natasha. I own Designer Arts and Graphics, as well as Scribble. And I'm located in a small town of Walkerville here in
Oh
South
yeah,
Africa.
all day in the maid.
So, I'm lucky enough to have a farm to myself and my family with all of the animals that just inspire what I do.
Oh, cool. So, what type of animals do you have?
At the moment, there's dogs, cats, tortoises, horses, there's birds,
Hmm.
there's snakes, there's reptiles, there's often sheep and goats. It's a constant rotation of animals, including my husband's cats, but I'm not a cat person.
I wasn't a cat person until about 3 years ago, and fell in love. My son rescued this baby kitten that was about this large, and we had to bottle feed him and everything. Unfortunately, Carlos died last year. He got into some poison somehow,
Hmm.
and he died. But I couldn't believe how emotional I was over this cat, and I wasn't a cat person. So um, I can't say that anymore,
Yeah,
that I'm
that's
not a
how it
cat
is. I
person.
think. Yeah, it's
You know what?
perfect
It's
right on now.
heartwarming to hear about rescues because all of our animals are rescues. Each and every single animal here is a
Do
rescue.
not come over
So
here.
that's also very close to my heart.
Hmm.
Okay, cool, cool. So, how long have you been in the design industry working?
I've been in the
Hmm.
design industry since the age of 18. So it's going on 12 years now. I studied at
Yeah.
NSA, which is the National School of the Arts here in Johannesburg. I actually studied fine art, but then I realized starving artist was a thing. So I jumped into graphic design and I've kind of been bouncing between graphic design and art consulting ever since.
Okay, all right. What do you love most about it?
When it comes to graphic design, I love the concept of it where telling a story, sending a message through visuals, and being able to explore somebody's mind. When it comes to brand building,
She's
that's
gonna
very
get
close to my
murdered out
heart.
in Norman.
Brand building and infographics, I absolutely dig into because I love the concept of telling a story through visual aids. As far as art consulting, I come from a creative family. So art's been in my blood from birth. And it's also not just the sending of the message, but the self expression
Hmm.
that captures me when it comes to art and art consulting.
Okay, cool, cool. So, if you had to make, if you had to explain your design niche, because I've seen your website and it's amazing the work that you do. But if you had to describe it to someone else, what that niche is, how would you describe it without them having viewed your website? Because I got a sense of environmental, spatial design, as well as, so I'm the dummy. So break it down for me.
I'd say that my sense of design very much takes into account the, as you say, the natural aspect, the bringing the outside in, and also taking a concept, taking a message, and blowing it up. I'm the kind of designer where I'll get given a concept, an idea, or a space. I'll go completely over the top and then have to pull myself in to get the design done. I am completely over the top with design. I love going big, going bold, being intricate with detail. I love getting all of that into a space to send the message.
Now, do you work with clients internationally or is pretty much locally? How do you work with your clients?
I've worked with clients across the continent. So I've been a part of a few projects in Congo. I've been a part of projects all over South Africa. I've been a part of big hotel projects. So when it comes to working internationally, it's absolutely a dream for me and my team to expand because I think there's so much art here and there's so much pure raw talent as far as design and art that's available in Africa. The thought of pushing that into the international market just gives me goosebumps. I get so excited.
And I can see that excitement because, like I said, I only visited your website twice. But I started daydreaming about the different things that you could create for the space where I live and the space where I want to work post COVID, and
Yes.
just creating a symmetry or a type of harmony between my brand elements and the environment where I work. So I started daydreaming, and I believe that this can be a reality. It's just something that has to be kind of carved out because we're all
Yes.
pivoting and understanding that this new space we're in because of COVID 19 had limited us in a way, but also expanded possibilities because it's forced us to start thinking in a new way. So, in light of that statement, how have you pivoted in working with your clients in the way you do business?
I must admit, during COVID, I actually got in touch with some of my biggest clients as far as graphic design and brand building. So I had a massive growth spurt within the graphic design space. But that being said, within the art consulting, we also grew from strength to strength because people were now taking the time to focus on their homes, to
Mm,
focus on their space, to focus on what needs to be done. Because for those of us who work full time, 9 to 5s out in offices, you don't realize the effect that your home and your space actually has on your energies. And
hmm.
that's a big part of what I do is focusing on taking your space into account. I've heard a lot of different quotes being said that you need to surround yourself with people who motivate you, who make you want to be better. It's
Hmm.
exactly the same with your space. If you walk into
Hmm.
a space that's dull, that's uninteresting, you're not going to want to get out of bed. If you
Right.
walk into a space that's clean, that's expressive, that's all about you, it's going to motivate you to do all of the things that you actually do. And that's a message that I've really gotten across to a lot of my clients during the COVID. And we've actually
Yeah.
started one of our biggest projects now recently within COVID, where we're doing a 7 meter steel wire woven wall, 14 meters actually, it's two sides.
Wow.
So this is all. So the nice thing is it's easy for us during COVID to do mock-ups of your space, to do mock-ups of the art in your space. And with us doing everything ourselves, having our workshops, we're able to actually begin production and
Hmm.
have that ready for install as lockdowns allowed with kinds of installation.
That is great. That's great information. I mean, that's incredible. So I saw on the gallery for the testimonials, um, there was a Batman room that you created for a little boy.
Yes, correct.
And the look on his
Mm.
face, you guys have got to go to her website. We'll mention that at the end, but to
Do
see
cleaning
his
services.
reaction when he saw his Batman room. So
Mm-hmm.
that just warmed my heart so much. So I can only imagine the effect it had on you. So, what do you do to strategically have
Right.
those type of projects in your pool of work so you can get inspiration from the most innocent client, you know? What do you do? Because I'm sure having that experience with him was much different than working with, a corporate client or someone else.
Absolutely. Look, doing kids' rooms is close to my heart. Working with kids is very close to my heart because I am a kid. I'm a geek. I love comic books. I love superheroes. Batman means a lot to me because I'm actually a Batman fan. So
Oh, okay.
when it comes to working with kids, I love it because it'll be often that a parent will say, "Oh, little girl pink
Mm-mm.
room," but then you sit down and you have a conversation with her, and
Mm-hmm.
she's absolutely a big ass dark Batman fan. So it's all about actually digging deep because when it comes to spaces, it's all about who you are, what you want to do in the space, and how you want to feel in the space. And that's where all of my inspiration comes from when I work with clients. It's all about them. It's all about what they.
Cool, cool. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you clean your
So
own spot.
let's fast forward to 2025. Okay. Where do you see your business as a visionary? What are you doing in 2025? What does business look like for you?
business for me in 2025 would definitely be a workshop. So a bigger workshop. I want to have more guys because a lot of my focus is helping up and coming artists actually get there. So a big help for me would be having the bigger workshop, having more of those artists available
This
to
is
use
not a
the
plantation.
space, whether it's working on a project for us or working on their own personal growth. And it would definitely involve more community projects. I'm a strong believer in interactive art installations and in public art. So, just a little bit of an idea when it comes to an interactive art installation, it's art installations in public places that you're able to interact, that you're able to work with, to touch, to mold, to change. And one of my favorites is in Maboneng here in South Africa, we have a wall called Before I Die, I Want to. And it's just a huge blackboard painted with sentences and lines saying, Before I die, I want to.
They
And there's
don't know
chalk
what to
available
do
at
with
the,
that.
at the local restaurants to be able to write your message
And they call you
Wow.
before I die
what they say,
and
she's not
completely
a team
personalized.
player.
And that for me means so much because art is amazing, but when people are able to interact with it, I find that they grow from the experience
Yeah.
and also they grow respect for art in itself. So definitely the workshops, being more involved in community projects and interactive art installations. And as far as graphic design, I'm actually working with two ladies who I'm training at the moment. So to be able to grow that division and make people truly understand the importance of the message behind your brand and how to send it.
Okay, cool, cool. All right. Well, tell us how anyone who's interested in working with you, how they can reach you and contact you.
Well, I'm available on my website. Please go have a look. We are adding new work as it happens, so it's always changing, which is fantastic. And that is www.designerartgraphics.com.
Okay.
And my email is natasha@designerartgraphics.com. We're on Facebook, Designer Art Africa and Designer Art Graphics. We're on Instagram, which I've just started purely because I've only just had the time to sit down and focus.
Yes.
And we are on LinkedIn as well. So I'm available across platforms. I'm available on email. And I'm always keen for a Zoom meeting. I'm a
But there may be
face-to-face
some
person.
insurance
So I
people
love this.
in
I love speaking to people because I find it's the only way to
art
get
fund
my
who know
passion
how to
across.
get
My
good
business and art
insurance
and graphic
plans for
design. Sure, you
self-employed
know,
people.
Patrice, it's all about the passion. It's
Yes.
all about the passion and the love for what you do.
Yes, I totally agree. And also, I'm glad you put out all your profiles and everything so people can easily refer. But I encourage the members of the Graphic Designers Hub to reach out to you inside the group to engage with you there. It has been an absolute joy talking about your work and what you've done, and I look forward to growing this business relationship.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. It's always so exciting to reach out across oceans. And it's been an amazing experience. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.